I wonder if we're so busy trying to be confident and seem confident that we have isolated ourselves. So we stay in places where no one really knows us and no one can really touch us, because we have gotten so good at looking confident. But on the inside, we have lost a sense of ourselves, and we have lost touch with our humanity as we project into the world pretend images of who we wish we were and who we think we should be. But Paul said, I lost all that. I lost all that. And you know what? I'm glad I lost it. I'm glad I got knocked off my horse. Glad I got my heart broken. Glad I got my plans disrupted. I'm glad that I didn't know what to do, because if I'd have kept trusting in my flesh, I would have spent the rest of my life measuring myself against an irrelevant standard. But something wonderful happened. When I lost my confidence, I gained Christ. It's a very simple parable in action that we see here. It is highly symbolic. And see, in Eastern literature, you'll see this often. We as Western minds, we like lists. But God is a God of action. So often when the prophets would prophesy, they would work the word rather than just speaking the word. And so it's not a surprise to me that Elisha says, get a bow, get some arrows, stop crying, take action. Push your neighbor, say, take action. Take action. You are not blessed according to the word of God that you hear, but according to the word of God that you apply and act upon. Take action. The iPhone 7 has this function, and I want to show it to you. If you hit this button and hold it on the side, and then you'd be shocked. Because I'm going to tell you a secret. There is no way that we can take it. Somebody say it's too much. We can't take it all in and still have room for the peace of God. You're praying for the peace of God. God doesn't have anywhere to put it. Your mind is too full. You were not designed to have the entirety of the conversation of the whole human race buzzing on your back pocket. It was not supposed to be this way. Of course we're freaking out. Of course we can't stop it. The devil's got a shock collar on our back pocket and we don't even know it.
When you have an assignment, God will break out all the angel armies of heaven and earth. And he will say, not because you're so good, but because what I've given you to do is too important. He will lead you to the place he has prepared for you. Touch somebody, say, I got backup.
God had to get his people somewhere. He said, I've given you a special assignment, so I know you need special assistance. I know that the season of life you're navigating right now is difficult, so I'm going to give you extra grace. I'm not going to make it easier. I'm going to make you stronger. So quit wasting your prayers asking God to reduce the resistance that he is using to give you the strength that you need to receive the blessing that you're praying for. And one of the best things we can do for our peace of mind is to crucify our expectations of others. I mean, really, just put it up there on the cross and get to the place where we no longer have an expectation of people to meet our needs, because we understand that our water flows from a different rock, that our joy flows from a different place, that I don't depend on people to provide for me. What God has promised is already mine. The psalmist said, I incline my heart. It has to happen within. Not just the behavior, but the belief that drives the behavior has to change, or the change won't stay. We found this out over and over again. Every new year we learn it again. And so lasting change is what I'm after, and I incline my heart. Interesting choice of words. If you incline something, that means that it was naturally not in that position. That means you had to act upon it in order to orient it in a different direction, right? So we don't incline something that's already upright. Must have meant that his heart was declined. And the problem with a lot of us is we go through life reclined. That is just however we wake up, that's how we stay. However we feel, that's how we act. The psalmist said, I act upon my attitude and I incline my heart.
Whenever what you see does not match up with what God spoke, go with what he spoke. So if God says you're forgiven, but you don't feel forgiven, go with what he spoke. If he said he was your peace, but you feel anxiety, go with what he spoke. Go with what he spoke. If the facts are saying one thing, but your faith is saying another, go with what he spoke. Not with what other people say about me. I can't depend on, the words of other people to tell me who I am. I'm going with what he spoke. And so if he said that I am chosen and loved, if he said he knows my name, I'm not alone, I'm not forgotten, I'm not abandoned, I'm not forsaken,